Hello everybody, I'm Seibenlore. I thank you all for joining me as I went through these past cards of Christmas. Together, we discovered some of the best stories Magic the Gathering has to offer. We suffered through the saddest tales, and reveled in the greatest victories. We were horrified, inspired, and enlightened. Today, I'd like to bring you a special story for the 25th of December, and my final card of Christmas. Let's take a look at Feldon of the Third Path. Despite looking like old Saint Nick himself, Feldon was one of the original casters of magic on the plane of Dominaria. Yet to obtain this great wealth of knowledge, Feldon had to suffer a lifetime of misfortune. Early in his life, Feldon was a simple archaeologist and tinkerer, working under the shadow of the great Roman glacier. He was quite skilled even at his young age. He discovered a number of curious artifacts from within the cold confines of the glacier, such as his famed staff and the Golgothian slick. Dominaria at this time was not a peaceful place, however. Feldon was living through the Brothers' War event. This war pitted two brothers in a conflict which involved all those who lived on the plane. Yet, Feldon did not see the purpose of this conflict, and he refused to pledge an alliance to either side of the war. Instead, he joined a research group which worked independently in the hopes of discovering a way to defeat, or at least withstand, the feuding brothers. This group was known as the Third Path. It was by his membership in this group that Feldon met the love of his life and future wife, Lauren. Eventually, the Third Path would meet up with a group of black mages known as the Brotherhood of Gix. This congregation came to the Third Path claiming that they both thought the same thing, an end to the Brothers' War. The Third Path opened their gates to this group, sharing with them their mechanical works and artifacts, hoping that these mages could use them with their spells to end the conflict. But the Third Path was betrayed by the Brotherhood of Gix, who were secretly working for one of the Brothers of the War, Mishra. The Brotherhood sent juggernauts and dragon engines controlled by their black mana to destroy the Third Path's sanctuary and kill all those found there. During this attack, a Third Path mage managed to unsummon the metal monsters, and most of the members were able to escape and begin practicing in a new location. Feldon was amazed by this new form of magic he witnessed, and began to vigorously practice this art form, eventually becoming one of the greatest mages on Dominaria. Though the Third Path found a new safe haven, Feldon could not find his wife, who had been separated as a result of the confusion. As it turned out, Lauren was captured by the Brotherhood along with a number of different artifacts. She was being held and tortured for information regarding the Golgothian slicks. After spilling her guts and her blood, Lauren was released, having given them everything they needed to activate the device. She found her way back to Feldon, and together they lived a relatively peaceful life in a home near their old glacier stomping grounds. The secrets of this device, along with the artifact itself, were stolen from Mishra by a sympathetic supporter of the other brother in the war, Urza. Urza was given the device and the knowledge of how to activate it. With this tool, Urza believed he could end the war before any more harm could come to Dominaria. As Urza activated the artifact, a huge blast of energy came forth and spread throughout the entirety of the plane. The waves shattered tectonic plates and cooled the climate of Dominaria, resulting in the event known as Ice Age. The blast also shattered the world into 12 shards, which were seemingly sealed off from the rest of the multiverse. As a result of her sustained injuries from torture and the cooling temperature, Lauren died only a year after Urza activated the artifact. Feldon became mad with grief, and used his mechanical prowess to create an automaton to replace his lost wife. Feldon realized that this machine, while appearing like his love, was nothing compared to her real self. He removed the machine's power stone and placed it next to his wife's grave as a statue. As a practitioner of the Third Path, and one of the earliest mages on the plane, Feldon was convinced that magic held the power to bring his wife back from the grave. Yet he was only adept in red magic, which had no power to help him, so he traveled the entire plane to find those who could aid him. He found the Hedge Wizard, a hermit living in the forests. Yet Feldon was told that this green magic only influenced life, but could do nothing to interact with the dead. The green mage directed Feldon to a blue mage found on the shores of a lake. Once Feldon discovered this mage, she told him that her blue magic could only make illusions of his wife, not bring her back to life. This sorceress then sent Feldon to a black mage who promised to grant him the ability to bring his wife back from the dead. In exchange for this secret, Feldon had to relinquish his staff to the mage. After learning the spell, the black mage vanished with the ancient staff. Feldon used the black magic, but was horrified when he found that he had only created a zombified version of his love. He quickly unsummoned it before he ever laid eyes on the abomination. The last mage Feldon visited was skilled in white magic. This mage taught Feldon the magic which could create copies of his wife from his memories he had of her. He told Feldon that no magic could ever truly bring his wife back, but they could help him say his final goodbye. Feldon created an avatar of his wife, and did just that, releasing the construct forever and saying goodbye. This act gave Feldon great peace, the peace he was searching for since the day he lost his wife. Finally free to live his life happily, Feldon opened up his library and his mind to those who sought the secrets of artifacts and magic, giving back to the world which had taught him so much. So, there you go guys, the lore behind Feldon of the Third Path and the 25th card of Christmas. Again, I thank you all so much for joining me as we went through this series. It was a lot of fun bringing you these videos every day, and I hope that you join me again as I continue to explore the multiverse for the best stories found in Magic the Gathering. If you enjoyed this video and this series, please like and subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.